Alright, today's video is about rust repairs. Some of you fellas out there think I got no job. This is what I do when I'm not doing rotors. I'm doing rust, because I'm all about that rust and rotary lifestyle. So here it is, check it out. So today we've got the bro's van. That front beam's been failed for a warrant. Probably needs a piece in over there. Bit of a clean up in those other areas. But we're going to cut that off. And we're going to unpick this one and put this one on. This is one the bros got from the wreckers. So what I do is I grind the spot welds until the little circles kind of appear. You can kind of see with what I'm left behind. So we'll just dress those up now and do the same to the other one, but this time I'll undrill it. Right, so I clean those dregs off with the grinder, hard and fast. I'll just give those a quick wire wheel on there. Ends of the rails, we'll rust kill those. Right, so I've drilled those out with a pilot. I'm going to run, probably see it better on those ones. I'm going to run a big 10mm through there now. So normally I'd just use a flat drill bit, but because this is really thick steel and I want to get these off, I'm just going to drill right through rather than waste my good flat panel bedding drill bits. So I've done those ones there. Done those ones in the front. We'll run the big one through, and then those old second-hand rails should just that have been cut through should just fall off. So that's the second-hand crossy unpicked from the old rails. That's a normal drill bit, and that's a panel bedding drill bit. It's flat. So I use these on the thick stuff. And I find it easier to just do a pilot, do a 8 or 9mm normal drill, and just give it a tap and they fall off. If you undrill them right, they just fall off. You know, so you're kind of left with. Normally, don't you use the pointed tip because they drill too much into the parent metal, but because these are coming off, doesn't matter. So the bumper mounts bolt onto that beam I'm replacing. So I just did a quick fit up of the bumper to make sure it was central. But what I do is I can see it's got a good gap in here, pretty even across here, and then the same gap on the other side. And quite often I use my hands to do that, and just by feel. But when you stand back and look at it, and it's pretty even. And just a quick safety tip, always disconnect one of the battery terminals. I usually just do the negative, so you don't arc that positive one, but always take off a one battery terminal, or use an anti-zap if you've got access to one, to protect your alternator and start the motor, solenoids or whatever, and or wiring. But even the ECU on late model vehicles, if you leave that on when you're welding, got a good chance of spiking the ECU. Better to disconnect it, especially with aftermarket ones and stuff like that. Better safe than sorry with those expensive computers. Right, those are all welded on. So basically just plug them up. Main thing I find with a welder, it's just going to sound like you're cooking bacon. And that's the front cross member replaced. Just take the nug off that one that the wind blew at, that one there, and wire wheel those, get some paint on them. Tune in next week to see what happens next.